mateys. The woman that you guys see on my screen, I'm sorry for that. But her eye is just truly just throwing me off. I'm sorry about that. I'm just like, I couldn't help myself. But what you hear she did to her children and putting her children last, being selfish, there's no excuse for this. I want you guys to hear this story out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Oklahoma is taking an L. My original home state. Not proud to report this story at all. Some viewers may find the following content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, news web articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. Yes, indeed. T-Town is taking another L. It's been a little while, so we got to get them back on the map, right? Ain't that right, mateys? I'm getting this story from newson6.com, so thank you for the article. Prosecutors charge a Tulsa woman with murder and child neglect after they say that her 11-month-old son died from a fentanyl overdose. Hashtag another fentanyl story. That's going to have to be a new thing that we do now. Hashtag another fentanyl story. Like, how many kids we got dying of fentanyl? It's almost like I post a video almost once a week and guarantee one of those kids die from fentanyl. Tulsa police say that Joshonna, Joshonna Bullock, Bullock, her son died in November. Police said that police say that a friend had called the baby's father, urging the biological father to come get his baby since Bullock was using drugs. You don't say. Even though she looks like a pirate, she is more of a drug dealer than a pirate. She perpetually stays pregnant. Now, why would somebody continue to keep getting a drug addict pregnant is beyond me. It says the father went the very next day and found the baby not breathing. This woman that you guys see on my screen has 5 children. Can we get a hashtag babies for benefits? Because why would a person continue to keep having child after child after child after child, knowing they don't love children, knowing children are not their priority, and knowing that they don't want to see their children grow up and become something great? Because if you did, you wouldn't be using drugs, right? Drugs is your number one love, but you keep having kids that clearly need a lot of your attention. She has 5 freaking children, ages 14 years old, 9 years old, 7 years old, 5 years old, and 11 months old. Hashtag babies for benefits. That means that she only have children to collect benefits off of these kids, whether it be Section 8, food stamps, child support, attention from a man, probably paying for the place that she was living in. And then that way she can use her spare money to go get high. Now, if that's not somebody who's using the system perpetually, not to get a leg up, but to use it as a crutch, I don't know what other story would ever quantify it, but this one does. 2 children said that they've seen drugs and drug use in the home. The affidavit says that Bullock has a DHS history of testing positive for drugs while pregnant in 2018, and her baby's cord blood tested positive for drugs in 2022. And guess what? She still got to keep the children in her custody. So if she has 5 children, I'm going to assume, and as you can see, she's posting these love messages. That's on her Facebook wall. I'm going to assume that these children are by different fathers. Just the statistics will prove that. But I think that Just the fact that she's irresponsible as hell as a mother, I can't expect her to be responsible with her womb, right? I can't expect for her to be responsible with her pussy if she's not even responsible with how she brings children into this world. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. Y'all do me a favor, leave a comment in the comment section. You might not like what I say, but just tell me when I'm wrong. I'm just speaking a lot of facts here. I'm speaking about us being bad parents as a society. We all have to do better, and we have to start calling people out like this when they're doing wrong by our kids, okay? Do me a favor, leave a comment, hit that thumbs up. I don't know why this is not national news. I only found one news video that talked about this. Here we go.
Prosecutors charge a Tulsa woman with murder and child neglect after they say her 11-month-old son died from a fentanyl overdose. Tulsa police say Joshonna Bullock's son died in November. Police say a friend had called the baby's father, urging him to come get the baby since Bullock was using drugs. It says the father went the very next day and found the baby not breathing. Bullock has 5 children, ages 14, 9, 7, 5, and the baby. 2 children say they've seen drugs and drug use in the home. The affidavit says Bullock has a DHS history of testing positive for drugs while pregnant in 2018, and her baby's cord blood tested positive for drugs in 2022. It says the father went the very next day and found the baby not breathing. Bullock has 5 children, ages 14, 9, 7, 5, and the baby. 2 children say they've seen drugs and drug use in the home. The affidavit says Bullock has a DHS history of testing positive for drugs while pregnant in 2018, and her baby's cord blood tested positive for drugs in 2022.
Okay, look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to see if I can do the rest of this story like this. I'm going to just tell you guys this. I don't understand what the hell DHS is supposed to be doing. What do they even exist for? What are they doing an investigation for? What are they testing for? If you're going to find out that this woman is doing drugs, has drugs in the cord of her baby umbilical cord or whatever it is, the kids test positive for drugs. You can clearly tell she's doing drugs, spending her money on drugs, not prioritizing her children. The fathers can't get custody of the kids. You're not going to take custody of the kids. You're going to keep them there. Look what happens. They end up dead. Now, if that's not a failure of the system, I don't know what is. I think that's a clear failure of the system. And on top of that, the older kids confess and they told you that this is what's going on. And they allowed that to ride out. Now, she's a mother. You can't separate a mother from her kids, y'all. Huh? You can't separate a mother from her kids. The kids need their mother, y'all. Huh? That's interesting. Well, it seems that these children clearly don't matter as much to live and grow up and become something great as it does to make sure that the mother has absolute dominion over whether these children live or die with their bad choices. Okay? R.I.P. to that 11-month-old baby, to those other kids. Thank God that they didn't meet the same fate, because fentanyl is deadly to the touch, to the consumption, and anybody and everybody is dying when they come in contact with fentanyl. So we're just thankful that the other children survived. And if they put up a GoFundMe, I would encourage you guys to be mindful that you might not want to donate to those GoFundMes, because the states usually will cover the cost of the burial, especially when it is foul play, homicide, murder, abuse of a child. The state usually will cover for that, okay? Got that, ma'am? I hope you do a life sentence in prison. I hope that they give you so much time in prison that your ovaries fall apart, fall out of your body, and you can no longer create children, and you deserve to never be a parent ever again in this life, okay? Thank you guys so much for listening to this story. Make sure you guys cover your eyes. Make sure you guys leave a comment in the comment section and hit the thumbs up, share this video, and let me know what you guys think, okay? Thank you.